killed or missing are personnel of the Territorial Army who were deployed at the spot for providing security to the railway employees and others engaged in the Capital Rail Connectivity Project. Significantly, several of the bodies have been found downstream of the Ijai River, indicating that the entire Territorial Army camp had slid down in the wake of the massive mudslide. Rescue operations are currently underway to retrieve bodies and search for missing persons, with fear of significant rise in death toll looming. While teams of the NDRF and SDRF, along with the None District Administration, are currently carrying on with the search and rescue operations, even as further reinforcements have come in to join the efforts. Now, the landslide took place at around midnight on Wednesday at the company location of the 107 Territorial Army deployed under Tupul railway station. Well, this is the big story we're tracking this afternoon. As many as 5 more bodies have been recovered from the tragedy site at None, taking the total number of bodies retrieved to 13. Now, meanwhile, an additional NDRF team has reached the spot from Nagaland and joined the rescue operations. Now, besides, another team of NDRF is arriving from Silchar. And Northeast Live Editor-in-Chief Wazbir Hussain spoke to None DC H. Guite. Let's listen into that conversation.
Mr. Guite, what is the number of recoveries so far? Any more recoveries?
This morning, till now, we have recovered 5, so total is 13.
Recovered 5, total is 13. Okay. And any additional reinforcement rescue people?
Yeah. There's one NDRF team from Nagaland has come, so 25 personnel.
Okay.
So those people are also there. Another is coming from Silchar side.
Okay. And are you planning?
They haven't reached yet.
Have you requested for any heavy machinery from the central government or army?
We are taking from NHIDCL, railways, and local machineries, earth movers. So far, the machines are sufficient.
Okay.
Local machineries are in any case used for this railway and roadways, so
right.
That's not an issue.
Right.
Well, like you heard it there from the DC of None, 5 more bodies recovered today, and that takes the total to 13 bodies recovered so far. And visuals on your screen, you can see the team of NDRF and SDRF retrieving bodies that are trapped under debris. And all these are visuals coming to us from Tupur in None district. Now, meanwhile, as per a defense release, search operations by the Indian Army, the Assam Rifles, Territorial Army, the SDRF and the NDRF continues at the incident site at Tupul. 2 more bodies of Territorial Army personnel were recovered during the early morning search today. Now, 10 Army columns have been pressed into the search operation. Synergized and joint operational task force is coordinating the efforts to remove the mud and boulders, according to the release. Now, a thorough wall radar is also being inducted by air to detect the presence of personnel buried in the debris. A search and rescue dog is also being inducted. Now, meanwhile, today early morning, General Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Eastern Command, Lieutenant General R.P. Kollita, met the 6 injured Territorial Army personnel who were initially evacuated to Laimakong Military Hospital and are now being provided medical aid at the Assam Rifles Hospital at Mantri Pukri. Well, during every crisis, every tragedy, there are heroes and good Samaritans who, without caring for their own security, go all out to rescue others. Northeast Live correspondent Sharat Chandra caught up with one such hero who rescued as many as 4 railways officials while taking part in the first rescue operations. Disilong Panmay of Sorai Padungmu village and his team of officials carried out the rescue operations without caring for their lives.
Disilong Panmay, he's the exact person just lead the rescue operation, and round about 5 persons, that is mostly are the railway construction worker rescue from this side. This is Saroi Pandongba village. This is a river side. On the Saroi Pandongba side, 5 labor who are just engaging in the railway construction, first rescued by the Chunung Pamai and the team from this village. So these are the, you see, good Samaritan who have carried out the rescue operation before receiving any of the reinforcement from the territorial army, from the NDRF, from the SDRF. They first just came into this place and they carried out the rescue operation. Mi kaya mo ngang rescue to yuja?
Mi mga
mga
asiba dead body ama.
Asiba ma? Hingba mari ko. Mi mga seda asiba amani ani mari mati hingba ne ko. Makoy the railway station gi kanu ngatra company ngakta ne ba? Ihaw re ba ko. Okay. All together they just rescue 4 people and they recover this another dead body of the one. Most probably, this worker engaged in the railway construction. Altogether, they have rescued 4 people alive. Then another as a dead body they have recovered. So these are the villagers from this Saroi Pandongma village.
Well, meanwhile, Northeast Live correspondent Sharat Chandra, who is at the incident site in None, spoke to locals of Marang Singh. At least 5 people from the village were also at the receiving end of the tragedy, are also trapped under the debris.
Marang Singh is the nearby village to the Tupul railway construction site, and with me is may I know good name? You good name Sakari have no Ajay. Hi.
Ding Sui Long.
Riching hai ba? Riching lakra ya ba ko. Riching maruina oja say the maitron the wari cha ko oja ko. Oja khun gi mi oi na kyam yaw khre oja. Khun gi mi oi na.
Akoi khun gi mi si Marang Singh part 2 gi di jaw dre. Adugo part 1 gi su jaw dre. 3 gi su jaw dre. Hoji jaw si Marang Singh part 5 gi matai me now. Ai gi ijamba gaiding ung gi masa nupi mage mawaga ani si jaw khre. Ki da ba hoji pau ti ba phang dre. Adugo Marang Singh part 4 gi family ama matai me now masa nupi ahum. Akoi Marang Singh gi part 4 part 5 si ani gi mi manga oina laikhidre hoji phau jaw khre hoji phau ti ba phang dre.
Aduga family amagi punna member ke yaw ja. Mi ahum family member amagi aduga atopa family member amagi na ani yaw ne ko. Yeah, according to this Marang Singh villager whose name is just I ming se kari have Ding Chinglung. Yeah, his name is Ding Chinglung from the Marang Singh part 3. Marang Singh village again do have part 1 to part 5. So these victims from this is again from part 4 and the part 5. And yes, a complete 3 members of the 3 members from one family and the another 2 members from one family already been missing, and the such operation is on. There is no report of recovery of this 5 civilians. In these 5 civilians, 3 members are from a family and another 2 members are from a family. So altogether 5 family members, 5 villagers from Marang Singh part 4 and the part 5 still missing, and hoping that this edge rescue operation is on in any moment they can be recover from this landslide site. So nupi kya highway ya du ja. Punna mga
Mau nupi ani angang nupi msama nupa ani.
Yeah, from him we also learned that this is 2 housewife and other young girl and the 2 male together 5 are missing, still missing since the late strike happened. And you see since this missing person are belong to these are his elder brother. His elder brother and his elder brother wife are still missing. So he's also looking. He also keeping busy to the this search and the recovery operation in Tupul area. With video journalist Roshan, this is Sharat Chandra reporting for North Lab from Tupul area, Nonne district, Manipur.
All right, well, same story there from Marang Singh village. 3 members from one family still missing, and another 2 members from another family missing. Well, it's a race against time as pain and grief of families has gripped families, in fact, of the trapped people there. Our correspondent Sharat Chandra is there on location to give us all the details. And as you heard it from the DC earlier, 5 bodies have recovered today, and that took the total to 13 bodies that have been recovered so far. Well, this is the big story we're tracking right from ground zero, Tupur in None district. All right, well, I'm joined on the broadcast also by our Chief of Bureau, Arindam Das, who is en route to None at the minute. Arindam, if you can hear me, we will talk about the situation later because you're just about to reach there. For now, just give us a sense of the families that you've spoken to. How are they feeling?
Well, yes, several families of all those missing people here at the None landslide are en route to the location where this massive landslide took place. In fact, we have met one of the family members and, in fact, friends of an engineer of railway. His name is Kamalesh Talukdar. They have come all the way from Dhubri to this location. They are all praying, and they're praying against time that he would be recovered alive, he would be recovered safe. Along with that family, many other families are also en route to the location, to the None, where this massive landslide took place. In fact, we are also en route to that location. We will be reaching there in some time. In fact, just 10 minutes ago, Chief Minister of Manipur and Biren Singh has also gone to the location. He is yet to reach the location. We have seen his car carrier moving ahead of us. So he will be visiting the location on the second day and take stock of the entire scenario. So now let me tell you how difficult is this terrain.
Exactly.
You can see the road, it's in a very bad shape. So it's very difficult for vehicular movement. And right now, heavy earth movers are being moved to the location to carry out the excavation work. Because what we have been told that probably all those missing people are buried under 3 to 4 stories of building size. So that is the magnitude of this landslide which has taken place at Tupul. Tupul is a railway yard in None district of Manipur. It's a new district of Manipur which has been carved out from Tamenglong district. And at Tupul railway yard, this deadly landslide has taken place. What we have come to know that the number of all those people missing might go higher, because as of now also we are not getting any official confirmation as to how many people might be trapped here in this debris. But I can tell you that over 80 people, what we have been told by the DC of None since yesterday, over 80 people were feared trapped in this landslide. Of those 80 people, 11 bodies have been retrieved from the debris so far. People have been rescued alive. So the number, so 30. So more, another people inside the debris, and it's a race against time, because the chances of finding anybody alive right now from the debris will be a miracle. That's what I can say right now. But my camera person,
All right, we seem to have like a connection problem there, but that was our Chief of Bureau, Arindam Das, en route to None. Well, like he said, families are also on their way to the location. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh himself, his cavalcade just ahead of him, who will be reaching the spot again for the second time to take stock of the situation. We will bring you all the latest updates from Ground Zero. Now let's move on. The flood scenario in Assam continues to be grim. 25 districts of the state continue to be affected by floods. Now over 29 lakh people are affected by floods in different parts of the state. Now, in the past 24 hours, 8 persons have lost their lives amidst floods, while 1 person has gone missing. Currently, 551 relief camps are operational in various parts of flood-hit Assam, where over 3 lakh people are taking shelter. Rivers like the Barak, Beki, Kapili, and Kusiara are flowing above the danger level, contributing to the grim flood scenario. Well, the Assam Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sharma, is in Karimganj. Chief Minister Sharma visited the relief camp at Kalibari, Subhash Nagar, and interacted with the people there. Now, after that, the Assam Chief Minister went around Gopika Nagar area and interacted with the people there as well. Now, people gathered in large numbers to meet Chief Minister Sharma and talk to him about their problems. Chief Minister Sharma took a boat ride among the flood waters along with the NDRF personnel to take stock of the flood scenario in the area. Now, the Assam Chief Minister is being accompanied by Minister Jayanta Malla Barua, among others. Later today, Chief Minister Sharma would be holding a meeting at the DC office to take stock of the overall flood scenario in Karimganj. Chief Minister Sharma will also be meeting kin of the persons who lost their lives in the floods and giving them financial assistance. Now, noteworthy here is that this is Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma's 3rd visit to the flood-hit Barak Valley.
ভগবান তুমি এখন এগুলা কেন বলছো আসার সময় হয়েছে आप लोग को अच्छा से रिलीफ विलीफ मिला है हाँ? घर में कितना पानी हुआ है ঘরের ভিতরে কতটা
Meanwhile, sensational visuals from Assam's Karimganj, where the Karimganj-Tripura link road has been badly damaged due to landslide. The bypass near Karimganj town has been damaged for more than 15 meters owing to landslide. Now, the incident happened today, and because of this, road communication between Karimganj and Tripura has been snapped.
রাস্তা তো ভাল আছিলে কালি অলপ চিৰ দেখিছিলো দিনৰ বেলাত মৰ্নিং আমাৰ গাড়ী তাৰ ফালে যাইছে তাৰপিছতে মৰ্নিং 5 বাজি 5:30 বাজিৰ পিছত এইটো ভাঙি গ'ল
And shifting focus now, ad hoc school teachers under the banner of Federation of All School Teachers of Meghalaya, or FASTOM, who have been on an indefinite sit-in in front of the Secretariat since June 28th, have decided to shift their demonstration to the additional Secretariat in Shillong. Now, the ad hoc teachers who are protesting against the government's apathy towards their demands for enhancement of salaries after an intimation from the government are shifting to a new location. Meanwhile, Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Conrad Sangma, yesterday met with the ad hoc teachers on his way to his residence in Tura. Sangma sought the teachers' cooperation as their grievances are being looked into by the government. He said that the government is mindful of their efforts and requested them to return to their homes and wait while the authorities complete the process. And meanwhile, Meghalaya and Greater Shillong Progressive Hawkers and Street Vendors Association and the Northeast Regional Domestic Workers Movement Meghalaya chapter visited the striking teachers to extend solidarity to them on their demands. The associations emphasized the need for working class to unite to fight for and secure their rights. And in what has come as a rare initiative, Meghalaya DGP L.R. Bishnoi has chosen to walk on foot through the streets of Shillong to take stock of security, traffic, and the problems faced by the residents of the city. Now, during his special tour, Meghalaya DGP L.R. Bishnoi was accompanied by SP City Vivek's Aim, SP Traffic of East Khasi Hills Shailendra Vamania, among other senior officials. Now, the team of police officials led by DGP Bishnoi marched the Khindailat Junction, covering Yauthem Maulong, Motpran, Jayao Student Field, Jayao Pedeng, and Jayao Maubana. Now, on the way, the Meghalaya DGP interacted with random passerbys, students, and shopkeepers, asking them about their problems in securities and taking policing closer to the people. While talking to the media, L.R. Bishnoi stated that he has come up with his initiative to understand the problems faced by the people and simultaneously to supervise the existing security arrangements. Well, DGP Bishnoi further said that during the course of his interaction with the people, he has learned that they are satisfied with the current security arrangements in place.
So basically, we have visited some areas to understand the problems faced by the people and simultaneously also to supervise the existing security arrangement. If the need arises, we can strengthen the existing security. That is why I decided to speak and interact with the citizens here so that they can tell us any problem is there or not. So I'm very happy that most of the people, they are satisfied with the existing security arrangement, and we will continue to dominate the area so that the miscreants should not create any problem here. So that was the purpose of visit, and just also to understand the nitty-gritties of the area, local problems here, because these are the area like Harijan Colony, Jayao areas, and some other areas where we are receiving complaints about the drug abuse and other things. So that is why I decided to come and see personally the areas, the topography also, and to interact with them.
Now, coming back to the Manipur landslide story. Now, as many as 5 more bodies have been recovered, like you heard from us earlier. Now, joining me over the phone on the broadcast this afternoon is our editor-in-chief to give us more details. Wasbir, you have just spoken to General Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Eastern Command, Lieutenant General R.P. Kolita on the rescue operation. Well, what details do you have?
Well, yes, Aaron, I just spoke to General Rana Pratap Kalita, the GOC in Eastern Command. The General Kalita had arrived in Imphal yesterday. He has rushed, in fact, from his headquarters in Kolkata, where he had rushed there yesterday. And he said that this unit of the Territorial Army was deployed in the scene of yesterday's tragedy only 2.5 months ago, and he said that since this was a militancy infested area, there were a lot of insurgency in that area. The Territorial Army was deployed to provide protection to the railway staff engaged in this construction project. Now General Kalita said that this was a massive slide that has swept away the railway station, the staff accommodation, and other things, infrastructure in that area. This was a huge slide. That's what he has said. And now he said that on Thursday before dawn, when the incident shortly after midnight on the intervening night of June 29th and 30th, when the incident took place, the army had mobilized its units, immediately swung into action in rescue and relief operations, basically rescue operations in that area. And he said that several people have already been rescued alive from that place, including 4 to 5 civilians. That's what he said. And he also said that helicopters are on standby. A medical post has been set up by the army in the area, and several columns of the army are engaged at this point in time as we speak in the rescue operations. That's what the general said, and he described this as a very, very sad incident. And he also said how the army is working, army as well as the civilian authorities, NDRF, the railways, the state government. All of them are working in collaboration. And he also cited the visit of the state chief minister, Biren Singh, to that area yesterday. And the general officer was saying that he had visited the location, and he saw that the railway station as well as the staff accommodation, everything have been swept away. This was a huge slide So the enormity of the tragedy, the enormity of this natural disaster was once again described by the general. We will play the conversation that I had with the GOC-INC Eastern Command shortly, Aaron, as we continue with this broadcast on this very big story on natural disaster from not just in Manipur but from across the northeastern region.
Exactly. Well, massive slice there, sweeping everything on its wake. Fresh developments on the story coming minute by minute as we bring you all the latest updates from Ground Zero. We will play that exclusive conversation shortly from now. Was our editor-in-chief there was Birasen. Thank you so much for all the details. And that does it for us here on the Bulletin. I will be back with afternoon headlines. Stay with us.
Northeast Live, most watched English news channel in Northeast. Number 1.